You may have heard of this character, the iconic figure from the game Black Myth Wukong, a character currently trending across social media. As you've seen, this character must endure countless conflicts and face off against formidable enemies throughout his journey. According by Game Science, the game has more than 3 million players and maybe over than $420 million revenue in 2024. With its innovative gameplay, stunning graphics, and deep narrative, Black Myth Wukong has quickly become one of the most acclaimed game series today. But did you know that Black Myth Wukong is just one of many successful adaptations of this character? Wukong has appeared in countless works of art, literature, and films, becoming a timeless source of inspiration in Asian culture for centuries. So, why this character has become such a worldwide phenomenon? In this video, we'll explore the origins of Wukong, believed to be rooted in actual events within the cultural traditions of Asia. The history of Sun Wukong. The first work featuring this character is Journey to the West, which became known around 1580, written by a man named Wu Cheng. Wu Cheng is a famous writer from the Ming Dynasty in China, lived during the 16th century. He was born around 1500 and passed away in 1582. He was a well-educated scholar. His path in the civil service was not particularly successful. Wu Cheng participated in numerous imperial examinations, but repeated failures led him to abandon his academic ambitions. Instead, he turned to literature as a way to find solace, and this decision took him to the pinnacle of his writing career. Towards the end of his life, Wu Cheng completed his masterpiece of Journey to the West. This work is more than just an adventure story. It is multi-layered, skillfully combining mythology, religion, and philosophy. Journey to the West quickly became regarded as one of the 4 classics of Chinese literature. To this day, its influence has far surpassed the boundaries of time. The story has been adapted into countless forms: TV shows, animated films, game shows, and even video games like Black Myth Wukong that you see today. Each adaptation offers a fresh perspective, but all preserve the spirit of the original work. But have you ever wondered, where did a half-human, half-monkey character like Wukong come from? Could this strange figure simply be a product of imagination? How is it that an ancient work created nearly 500 years ago continues to capture the attention of the Asian entertainment industry to this day? By the end of this video, you will realize that Wukong is not just a fictional character, but a legend that goes far beyond the fairy tales you know. In 1953, important archaeological discoveries were made in a cave in China called Yulin, which dates back to around 960 to 1279. The site consists of a total of 41 different caves carved into the cliffs, each with its own ancient cultural and historical significance. As archaeologists ventured deeper into the cave, they were surprised to find a strange painting. In front of them was a Chinese monk, accompanied by a horse and a half-human, half-monkey. Does that remind you of anyone? Is it this San Zhang and Wukong? If you look closely, Journey to the West was written in 1580. So how could Wukong have appeared in a cave before that? There is only one explanation. San Zhang may not be a fictional character, and Wukong may existed in reality. Archaeologists along with experts, spent months working in Dunhuang Cave to uncover evidence from the remaining valuable documents. As predicted, they quickly found key clues and pieced them together into a compelling story. The figure they uncovered was an illustrious Chinese monk who undertook a journey from China to India to collect Buddhist scriptures. This epic journey later became the foundation for Journey to the West. Back in the Tang Dynasty, Buddhism was thriving in China, but the Buddhist scriptures that were available at the time were still pretty limited and incomplete. There was this young monk named Sanzang who was really passionate about Buddhist teachings. He spent years studying and learning, but the more he studied, the more he realized that the teachings in China had some serious gaps. So, he made a big decision. He was going to travel to India himself to find the original scriptures and understand the purest form of Buddhism. Sanzang's journey wasn't easy at all. He had to travel alone through desolate, dangerous paths, facing all sorts of challenges. From bandits to wild animals, there was danger at every turn. But then, one lonely day on the road, Sanzang met Wukong, a half-man, half-ape creature trapped under a mountain for committing a terrible sin against the heavens. Because of Sanzang's compassion, Wukong was freed. Then he promised to protect Sanzang for the rest of his journey. For many years, they wandered together, climbing dangerous mountains, crossing harsh deserts, and fighting demons and monsters. Finally, after many trials, they reached India. They were warmly welcomed and given the original Buddhist scriptures that Sanzang had spent many years searching for. But here's the thing. Did you know that we have been misunderstanding the character Wukong all this time? For hundreds of years, scholars have debated the true origins of Wukong. There are two main viewpoints worth mentioning. The first theory came about in 1923 from a researcher named Hu Sha. In his book, he posed a question that got a lot of people thinking. Is this powerful monkey god really a native Chinese deity, or was he imported from India? According to Hu Shai, China and India had a deep cultural exchange that spanned over 1,000 years. Cause of this connection brought the story of Hanuman, the monkey god from India's epic Ramayana, to China. Hu believed that over time, cultural transformation Hanuman into Chinese literature. Some people even add more to this theory, suggesting that not only Wukong, but even Pigzi, the pig demon from Journey to the West, might have roots in Indian mythology. This would mean that two of the main characters in Journey to the West weren't actually of Chinese origin. However, a famous Chinese writer named Lu Xun strongly opposed this theory. He argued that Wukong was entirely a product of Chinese culture and had nothing to do with India. Lu Xun believed that these were just common features found in literary creation and did not indicate any real connection between the two characters. Wukong represents a true Chinese hero of Chinese culture. He believed that Journey to the West was inspired by an ancient Chinese text, Shan Hai Jing. In this book, there is a story about a creature that resembles Wukong 99%. This creature, like Wukong, was imprisoned under a mountain for 500 years, just like in Journey to the West. Shan Hai Jing is a strange piece of work. It describes all sorts of rare animals and complex landscapes in ancient China. At first, many thought it was just a collection of myths, but in recent years, some of the monsters mentioned in the book have actually been discovered in real life. Despite Lu Xun's opposition, Hu Shai stood by his theory. He pointed out the surprising similarities between Wukong and Hanuman. Hanuman had extraordinary strength and could shape-shift, just like Wukong's and his 72 magics. Hanuman could also fly across the sky, covering thousands of miles in a single day, same like Wukong's abilities. In the 1950s, Chinese archaeologists uncovered some real evidence related to this debate. They found ancient artifacts, including stone wall paintings over 1,000 years old, that depicted a monk and a figure resembling a monkey. These discoveries sparked even more debate and research into the origins of the monkey figure in the painting. According to ancient records, in the Wai River region, there was a fierce monster that caused chaos and suffering for the local people. This creature frequently caused floods and posed a constant threat to the area. It was described as a giant ape, with blazing golden eyes and sharp teeth. The locals called it the Eternal Demon because of the destruction it left behind. Faced with this threat, Emperor Shun tasked Yu the Great with subduing the beast and restoring order. Yu carried a magical staff and gathered tribal leaders around the Wai River to investigate further. One of the leaders explained that the monster's name was Wu Chi, a water-dwelling creature with a green body, white head, and glowing golden eyes. Wu Chi stood about 5 feet tall, possessed immense strength, and had the ability to disappear without a trace. According to legend, Wu Chi was born from Huaguo Mountain, the same place where Wukong was born. When Yu the Great rallied the tribal leaders to defeat Wu Chi, they were all terrified of its immense power, and none dared to face it. Yu decided to take matters into his own hands. After 3 days of intense battle, Yu finally subdued Wu Chi by chaining it under mountain with iron chains. Legend has it that Wu Chi was imprisoned there for 500 years. When we look at the story in Journey to the West, there are clear similarities between Wukong and Wu Chi, from their birthplace to the fact that both were trapped under a mountain for 500 years. In Indian mythology, Hanuman was born to the wind god Vayu and a female monkey. From a young age, Hanuman possessed extraordinary strength and had the ability to change his shape at will. As a second generation of God, he developed a mischievous and arrogant personality because of the power he inherited from his father, the wind god. This power allowed Hanuman to fly freely through the sky, moving across clouds and mist, and travel thousands of miles in a single day, much like Wukong's cloud somersault technique. Hanuman wasn't just mischievous, he also had an insatiable appetite. No matter how much he ate, he never felt full. One day, Hanuman spotted the sun and mistook it for a giant mango. And in a fit of hunger, he decided to leap toward the sun and eat it. Thus, the story of the monkey who wanted to eat the sun was born. Hanuman charged toward the sun at an incredible speed. With the sun being chased, day and night became disrupted, throwing the world's time into chaos. This is quite similar to Wukong's rebellion in heaven in Journey to the West. The story of Hanuman is one of the most famous Indian legends, and it is easy to see the similarities between Hanuman and Wukong. First, Hanuman is the king of the monkey kingdom, just as Wukong is the monkey king. Second, Hanuman disrupted the natural order of the world by chasing the sun, similar to Wukong's rebellion in heaven. Third, Hanuman inherited the power of the wind god, while Wukong used cloud tumbling techniques to travel thousands of miles in a day. Finally, both possess invincible bodies and the ability to change shape. Because of these similarities, Hu Shai believed that Wukong was inspired by Hanuman, and his theory has a solid basis. Professor Ha Van Keet, head of the research team, believes that the monkey-like figure in the ancient paintings may be a real person named Shai Banda from Shenyang and of the Hu ethnic group. Shai Banda was famous for his strange, uncouth appearance, which earned him the nickname Monkey Man. However, despite his appearance, he was loved by everyone for his honesty, intelligence, agility, and martial arts skills. He often saved villagers from wild animals and natural disasters. In 629, when the monk Sanzang stopped by Shenyang, Shai Banda was deeply convinced by the teachings of Buddhism. He decided to leave everything behind and follow Sanzang on his arduous journey to India. Over time, the image of Wukong became more popular and was widely accepted. Although there are many theories about Wukong's origins, none have been definitively proven. His story remains a mystery. What do you think about this theory? Please leave a comment and share your thoughts.